Okay, so hi everyone. Nice to see you all. And as I've already mentioned, it's blowing a bit of a storm outside. So if you hear any strange noises, that's hopefully what it is. So I just warn you in advance, we're operating under slightly strange conditions here, but we do our best. Okay, all right. Okay, so to start, we can get ready with giving ourselves a comfortable position to support our practice. So today, sorry, I forgot to mention what we're going to meditate on. So today we're going to meditate on the varieties of karma. Yeah. Okay, so to begin, we just get comfortable on the chair or the cushion. Making sure that the back is straight. And the shoulders are relaxed. The head relaxed. And face relaxed. And let go of any tension in the upper body. And scanning down, relaxing the arms, the chest, the hips, the legs. And feeling the sensations of support and contact underneath you. And when you're ready, you can take a long breath in and exhale. And again, another long breath in and exhale, letting go of any tensions, thoughts, worries. And just allow yourself to be here and now. And so to transform this meditation into a Dharma practice, we try to cultivate a positive motivation. And we can take as inspiration the words of Lama Tsongkhapa. He says, the whole thing, so many practices, all come down to living daily life with bodhicitta motivation, to put all the effort in that, whatever you do. And he says, this way your life doesn't get wasted and it becomes full of joy and happiness with no regrets. So we have this precious opportunity and we're using it to develop ourselves to be of benefit to all sentient beings. And that's why we do what we do, and that's why we're going to do this meditation. To take a moment to develop your motivation, and if possible, a bodhicitta motivation. And so when we practice Dharma, we're not alone, we're supported by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And so imagining the merit field in front of us, we can take refuge with the refuge prayer. Okay, so we do 3 times in Tibetan. Sangye Chadan Saki Chagnam La Jancho Badu Jadni Kyapsu Chi Dagi Jinsagi Pe Sonam Ki Jola Penchia Sangye Jupar Sho Sangye Chadan Saki Chagnam La Jancho Badu Jadni Kyapsu Chi Dagi Jinsagi Pe Sonam Ki Jola Penchia Sangye Drupar Sho Sangye Chodan Soki Choknam La Jantu Badu Jani Kyapsuchi Dagi Chinsagi Pe Sonam Ki Jola Penchia Sangye Drupar Sho. And so, having taken refuge, we can spend a few minutes to calming the mind with a breathing meditation. And you can take as the object of meditation either the breath coming in and out of the nostrils or the rising and falling of the tummy, whichever is comfortable for you. So we'll do 5 minutes of breathing meditation. So with a mind that's more calm, stable, and relaxed, we can begin. And we can begin by reflecting, as Venerable Rabina says, that karma means we're the boss. We have power. We can plant the seeds in our garden that we want to experience, and we can pull out the weeds. We can remove whatever we don't want to experience. And Lama Zopa Rinpoche says, so whatever problems we've experienced, doesn't matter. He says, we don't have to experience these problems. You need never experience these problems again. Because before a problem is experienced, we have the opportunity to purify its cause. So we can take a moment to reflect on this incredible opportunity and power that we have. No matter what we've experienced, we don't have to experience it again. And whatever future we want to create, we can create the cause now. Try to take a moment to get a sense of this opportunity that karma gives us. Wherever we are, we can begin again. As Rabina says, we're the boss. And so the purpose of reflecting on the varieties of karma, negative and positive, is to give ourselves the best possible future, to create the things we want to experience, and to abstain from or purify the things we don't want to do or experience. So for the purposes of this meditation, I'm going to go through the 10 non-virtues. And as we do so, we can just do an inventory and check and see whether we've done these. So a little bit of housekeeping, just to see what might need to be cleaned up. And this is really an act of bravery, but also an act of kindness to ourselves. We're cleaning up our garden. So we can take a moment now and we'll go through the 10 non-virtues just to check what we might have done. And as we go through them, just notice, and we can do our inventory. So the first of the 10 non-virtues is killing, which is a sentient being other than ourselves, under the power of delusions, and the actions completed when the sentient being dies. So we can check and see whether we've done this. Knowing that we don't need to be fearful, whatever we've done, we can purify. We're just taking stock. And the next is stealing. So that's taking another person's possession. unmistakenly, or it can be ordering someone else to do it. We do it under the power of the delusions. And then when we've obtained it, that's when we've completed the action. So we can check and see where maybe we've taken what wasn't given. Do we see any of that? And the third of the 10 virtues is sexual misconduct. And that includes a variety of categories, but most of all, it's engaging with the wrong person, someone that's not our own partner, someone else's partner. So we can check and see, have we done this? And the next are the 4 non-virtues of speech. And the first is lying. And we can lie about things we've seen or heard or experienced. And we can do it by speaking, sometimes not speaking. And it's complete when the other person understands. So we can try and check and see how we're doing with lying. And the next non-virtue is divisive speech. So that's when we engage in speech that can either divide or keep apart people who are friends or who are already enemies. We engage in speech that divides. So we can check here and see where we may have done this. And the next is harsh speech. So this is speaking towards a sentient being in a way that they could be hurt by our words. And it's complete when the other person understands. So let's check and see where we've done this. And the next is called idle talk or meaningless speech. So this is where we use our speech to talk about things that just aren't meaningful. So we can check and see where we've done this in our lives. And the last three relate to the mind. The first is covetousness, which is wanting to appropriate another's possession. So just check and see if that's in there. And the next is malice, where we feel hostility toward a sentient being, and we have the thought to do an action that could harm them. And then we really decide that we're going to do it. So we can check where we've done that. And the final one is wrong view. So this can be ignoring things like the law of cause and effect, thinking it doesn't matter. And really having certainty in these kinds of views. Denying it. So we can check and see to what extent that's there. And so the purpose here isn't to beat ourselves up. We're just doing an inventory. We're taking stock so that we can give ourselves the best possible future and take appropriate action. So just notice any insights that you've gained or any conclusions that you've drawn. But we can also consider the 10 virtuous actions. And this is where we've had the opportunity to engage in non-virtue, but we've chosen and decided not to do that. And so the first of that is non-killing. So we can also check the positive and see, where have we decided not to kill? Is there any non-killing that we've decided to practice? Can we find examples? And what about non-stealing? The decision not to steal. Can we think of a time when we've practiced that? Or when we've decided to abstain from sexual misconduct? And next we can check our speech. What about non-lying? Is there a time when we wanted to lie? Maybe to the boss about why we were late? Or anything where we've just decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll tell the truth. I'm going to be honest. Because if we can find these things in our continuum, we really have to rejoice. And what about not engaging in divisive speech? Maybe we're invited to participate in a conflict and we just decide we're not going to get involved. We're not going to be part of that division. And check and see if that's in your mental continuum as well. Or what about not engaging in harsh speech? Maybe we really want to say something, but we know it will hurt and we just bite our tongue and we don't do it. Is there any time when we've done that? Or times when we've just decided not to engage in idle speech? And then we can think of the work we've done trying to educate ourselves, develop our mind so that we don't engage in covetousness. Or we try not to practice malice. Or we educate ourselves to not practice wrong view. So try and check and see where you've protected your mind, you've created virtue in relation to the mind, your mind. So if you've been able to find virtue, rejoice. It means we have the imprint of creating positive actions. We can create positive actions. We've done it, and we can do more. And since we're still alive, we can purify negative actions. We have this opportunity. As Rinpoche says, purifying the cause solves the problem. So notice any insights you've gained or any conclusions that you've drawn. And we can dedicate the merit that we've created together. As soon as I find the dedication press. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we can dedicate the merit that we've created together from this meditation. So, yeah, we can do in English. So, due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel, bodhicitta, that has not arisen, arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. For the long life of Lama Tsongkhapa, you who uphold the subduous moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majjanat's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. For His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. For Osel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us, and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please live long. For Geshe Thubten Sherab, beloved teacher leading your students towards wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequaled guide, please live a long and stable life. And you can add your own personal dedications as well, thinking of whoever it is that needs your positive energy at this time. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't share screen with the dedications. Oh, I apologize for that. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you for your patience. I tell you, one of these days I'm going to get the technology right, but it's not yet. Maybe by the time we finish the Lamrim,